Sony have really been on a tear this generation with their PS4 exclusives, following a slow start. As well as adding to beloved franchises like God of War, titles like Horizon Zero Dawn have also spawned brand new IPs with plenty of scope for a future franchise. They aren't even close to done yet either. The Last of Us 2 and Tsushima are just two of the PS4's upcoming games that could be the perfect goodbye for the console. However, it doesn't appear as if there's room for all the PlayStation properties, with some being notably AWOL this generation. Medievil was remade for release in 2019, and so too was Crash in 2018 as a timed exclusive before he went multi-platform. Despite that, Sony have plenty of IPs in their portfolio that are either in limbo or deserve a second chance and are nowhere to be seen. To remind Sony to flick through their archives now and again, we've compiled some suggestions on dormant PlayStation properties for them to consider continuing or starting over with for next gen. A quick qualifier: as much as we all want new Killzone and Infamous games, they have received brand new entries on the PlayStation 4, so they're pretty fresh in the memory for many. We're going to exclude them for that reason. Number 1. Jak. The Jak license would fit Sony's current methodology of releasing expansive single-player open-world games like a glove. Yeah, it lost its way towards the end with Naughty Dog stepping back after the release of Jak X, but with the amount of money Sony are sure to be throwing at the studio for delivering hit after hit, surely they could be tempted to return maybe? That's the big question here really. Would Naughty Dog even really want to come back? The output has been very serious games for very serious people as of late, though a bit of levity might do them some good. The warm reception to the series being remastered for PS4 might convince Sony to take a chance on commissioning a new Jak game in the vein of Jak 2, but if they can't get Naughty Dog involved, then should they even do it? Judging by how dark The Last of Us 2 is looking, the gang at Naughty Dog should probably go back to Jak for a bit of a light break. No dead daughters here, thank you, I'm quite full. Number 2. Syphon Filter. Stealth games have had a rough time of it lately. Emily and Corvo underwhelmed in sales, Snake has gone into retirement, and Sam Fisher has seemingly been relegated to cameo appearances in other Ubisoft licenses. With so many of the big boys now gone, maybe it's time for Gabe Logan to step forward from the shadows. It's wild that a franchise that's been with Sony since the original PlayStation hasn't had a new iteration in over a decade. So-so sales might have contributed to that, but that might be because it was only found on portable consoles for its last 2 games. With Ben releasing Days Gone, how about they make a return to their roots and give Syphon Filter a fresh lick of paint for the PS5? Here's a quick tip: don't go back and play the first game. Gabe controls like a fridge on rollerblades. Tasing's still fun, mind you. Number 3. SOCOM. The SOCOM series was revolutionary, if rough, when it first launched. A tactical shooter with a heavy emphasis on kicking your ass. Utilising the PlayStation 2's limited online capabilities and voice support, it was really ahead of its time and beloved by those who knew what an unpolished gem they had on their hands. Now the time is right for SOCOM to make a return, either as something akin to Wildlands or the same brutal realism it made its name out of. With Rainbow Six abandoning what it used to be, there aren't really any realistic tactical squad-based military shooters, Christ what a mouthful, on console, which leaves the door wide open for a SOCOM return. The technology is now there for Sony to properly deliver on the franchise's potential, but just don't turn it into a battle royale, Sony, huh? Don't you dare, don't even think about it. Number 4. Resistance. While the Resistance series may never have been the Halo killer that people desperately wanted it to be, it still remains one of the most underrated FPS franchises in history. Thanks to its unique weaponry and surprising plot, it was a series that actually improved the longer it went on, which makes it a surprise to not see a new entry of any description over the last half-decade. There's a big gap in Sony's lineup for exclusive FPS games, with Killzone Shadowfall being the only one they've released in years and years. Weird that, isn't it? When you say it, it's quite weird. The conclusion of Resistance 3 tied the story up neatly, but just like Shadowfall, there's no reason why things can't go for humanity once again. Perhaps it can be set in the far future, Horizon style, with civilization slowly forming again before the Chimera make another appearance. Now that's a post-apocalyptic game I would love to play. Plus, Burning Skies on the Vita was the last Resistance game, and that was a video game that released and people played it. Number 5, Ape Escape. If efforts like A Hat in Time and Ukulele are any indication, people love throwing money at throwback collectathons. The Ape Escape franchise may never have made quite as much money as Spyro and Crash, but it's certainly deserving of a reboot or remake of some kind, especially considering how poor its last outing was as a half-baked party game. To make any new Ape Escape game a success, the recipe is simple. An open world connected by different biomes with different monkeys to catch in each. That's it. No bells and whistles required. Whoever remembers the franchise fondly will lap up its return to a simple ethos, and also a new generation can be introduced to a platformer worth caring about, because Knack ain't it, though we do have a soft spot for a sequel. I mean, that's quite a good game. I mean, you can't leave a franchise like Ape Escape on a move game. That's no way to die. Ugh. Number 6, Twisted Metal. Leave a gap in the market and someone will fill it. That's been evidenced a lot in recent times, with the likes of Room Kaboom, Wreckfest, Fractured Lands and even Onrush trying to capture the magic of the likes of Twisted Metal, a vehicular combat series with a bad attitude that's something of a cult classic. If you're of a certain age, you no doubt remember the edgy appeal of the original PlayStation game. In fact, Twisted Metal has been with PlayStation for every console iteration except for the PlayStation 4. You'd have to question how well it would do in the current climate though. So Sony may be forced into either releasing it at a AA price or as a free-to-play game. But if they can get David Jaffe back aboard, there will certainly be people who will play it and unleash mayhem. Failing that, a follow-up to WWE Crush Hour will suffice. And number 7, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. While PlayStation fans may look over slightly jealously at the Switch, Sony have a competitor just waiting in the wings. The original PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale wasn't quite as refined as its Smash brethren, but still good fun for anyone who didn't want to wave dash their fingers into oblivion to get a single hit in. A fun party game that unfortunately went overlooked, probably because of the name PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I mean, that doesn't slip off the tongue. Smash! PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, it's just, you know. With the PlayStation 4 in the ascendancy this generation, the market is huge for a game that collects all of PlayStation's biggest heroes once again, especially now they have even more iconic characters to play with. Imagine Dad Kratos versus a Bloodborne hunter, or Aloy going up against a Death Stranding baby. The matchups are mouth-watering, so you know what to do, Sony. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2 featuring Evil Knack, please. Thank you. So, that was our thoughts. What was your thoughts on that video we just done? Please put your opinions in the opinion box below, and be sure to like and subscribe. If this video gets 100 likes, I will personally go and buy that Ape Escape game, and then play it until completion, or until my life is over. I think I know which one's coming first.